Hi, welcome. This is Lisa Rangel with Chameleon Resumes, and I'm just so glad you're here. Today, we're going to talk about executive resume and job search questions that I've been getting over the last year. And I want to say that the quality of the questions has been getting worse. And I fault this with a bunch of misinformation that's out there. I've been asked to do resume critiques and ask me anything sessions for a number of executive job search clubs and executive networking groups. So if you are a part of an executive job search club or networking group and are looking for a speaker, feel free to reach out to me. But with that said, of some of the recent sessions that I've done over the last 3-4 months, I'm finding that the quality of the questions executives ask is really deteriorating. And I don't fault the executives, because if you haven't done a job search before, right, if you've been promoted, recruited, sought after your entire career, and you never did a job search before, it's hard to maybe know exactly what you should be doing and looking at, especially with the volumes of misinformation and clickbait job search information out there. However, I just want you all to step back a minute, especially those of you that are struggling with your job search. And if you are focused on questions around the ATS, or if you should be using bold in your resume as a way to get noticed, you've kind of already lost, you know? And here's why. You're focusing on the nuances of a system, of a database, to determine the future of your career, right? Now, would you play the lottery as a way of coming up with a retirement plan? Of course not. If you were sitting at an executive committee table meeting and, as a CFO, as a chief marketing officer, as a CIO, and say this chief sales officer said, sales are down, we've been submitting RFP after RFP after RFP through all these systems that we found, and we're just not getting anywhere. Do you think somebody would say, well, have you been talking to people? Like, are you out there at conferences, seeing what's the pulse, see what's coming? Or are you only reacting to the RFPs that are out there? And even for RFPs to be out there, you still need to be talking to people at the company to get the kind of behind the scenes version of what's happening for the need of that RFP to be out there, right? So that all makes perfect sense when I talk about it as a business meeting, right? As an executive committee meeting. Yet, when we put that same idea in the context of an executive job search, I have witnessed many very talented, incredibly accomplished executives honing in on whether they should be using bold in their resumes or not, and what crack the code thing they can do, what shortcut they can do to beat the ATS, which is not a thing, right? So it's just hard to take that person seriously. I'm just going to tell you. So you have to be viewed as a business advisor, no matter what C-level type of executive you are. And if you were to be viewed as a business advisor, you need to be asking business advising questions. Focusing on the ATS is not going to put you in the audiences where you want to be. And you need to level up your questions, and you need to shift your approach, right? Treat your executive career as if it was a business. Treat your executive career as if it was a business. Yes, I'm repeating that, because you wouldn't want the sales team of the company that you work for, so to speak, your career, to conduct sales the way you've been conducting your job search. You have to get out there and talk to people. You have to be talking about business situations that need solutions. You have to be unearthing problems that need a different approach to get solved. These are the conversations that are getting interviews. These are the conversations that are getting traction for jobs that aren't even posted yet. This is how you do an executive level job search. Trying to reach out to people and have conversations is the way to do it. Yes, you're going to be rejected. Yes, some people are going to be really terrible conversationalists, and it's going to be 20 minutes of your life you're not getting back. But you need to be able to have these conversations and take these risks. You can't just sit behind a computer and submit to an online, abyss all day long and expect results. So please ask different questions to get different results. Do not focus on the ATS and obsess about your resume. That doesn't mean it's not important. I'm a resume writer. It doesn't mean it's not important, but it is 25% of the job search, right? You look at your LinkedIn profile. You need to start with a strategy. Stop piecemealing all these free pieces of information as a quick fix. Stop, take a breather, step back. What's the overall strategy of what you're looking for? How do you find that decision maker? Where do they congregate online and offline? How can you meet with them? How can you rinse repeat that at multiple companies where that opportunity or problem that you can fix may exist? This is how an executive conducts a search. So let's level up, people. Let's do this. And if you want to know how, DM me and let's talk about hiring us. Thanks so much.